Hello there, this is Big Benedict. We're playing Metal Gear Rising Revengeance on Revengeance difficulty, and this is my S-rank guide for the aforementioned title. We're on file R-02. It's definitely one of the hardest files in the game because it has, for two reasons. It has a very, very difficult section to S-rank, and it also has a deceptive part at the end where you could get into a position where your rank could be sacrificed and there's just no communication from the game. But this first fight here, you'll have a Mastiff. So when he jumps off the wall, well, even before he does, click the right bumper to have the camera swivel over to where he is, and then as he's jumping to you, right before he hits you, parry his attack, take him out. And the requirements for this is just no damage. It doesn't matter about the Zandatsus, because these sliders get torn to shreds pretty much. Just use the ninja run when you suspect that they're going to be firing, and just use the lock on as bad as it can be at times. But this is, I just want to tell the dedication that I have for this project and for this game. I had completely finished this video, put a full audio commentary on it, and because I wasn't satisfied enough with it, and also because I didn't think that it would serve enough people who were struggling, I removed it from YouTube and I just deleted it from my computer. It was already deleted, but that really isn't an example of my fastidiousness and how fickle I can be sometimes. That's an example of how much pride I have for my work and for how much good that I want these guides to ultimately serve and to be able to help people the most. Because the fight that's coming up is well, not directly the next fight, but the fight with the Volttrooper. It took me hours to master it. I mean seriously, I did do it no damage one time. That was actually the video that I uploaded to YouTube. It was a no damage fight, but it was not based on skill. The fight that I'll have is based on skill, but don't misconstrue that. That's because I spent several hours trying to figure out how to parry their attacks, and it's only the aerial parries that are going to give you success on that, because the ground-based parries only very seldom will connect with them. So this part here, it is a ranked engagement. You can't take damage. You want to be doing the ninja run, jumping to avoid their missiles of these two custom cyborgs. They're stationary enemies. They'll never charge you. They're just locked in place. So what you want to do is, right as you get next to them, activate Ripper mode. It'll go into the bullet time and start tearing them up with the Ripper mode. And then when you see the Zandatsu prompt, do that for the iframes that you'll need. And then just finish these dwarf geckos off. And provided you took no damage there, you'll be able to be successful. Now this is the best part, not the best part, but the best way to deal with these guys, these three raptors. Go right into the middle of the group, activate Ripper mode, and start slashing away. Hit the Zandatsus, but it doesn't matter. As long as you get no damage here, you'll be fine. Use the side to stun and finish them off. Now, if I wasn't using the Ripper mode, like I might not have access to it if I, in the future, attempt to do a naked and unloved run, which I am very tempted to do, I will have a different strategy. But we're playing on New Game Plus for this run. This S-rank, the whole business of the S-rank, it was designed with New Game Plus in mind, you can tell. But, god damn, is the next part difficult and annoying. See, there's 3 Mastiffs in here, and if they gave you a checkpoint after the Mastiffs, this would be a lot less frustrating. I'm equipping the Marasama blade just because I want to kill these guys a little bit quicker. But what you want to do is learn how to do the aerial parries on the Volttrooper. The requirements for the optional, well, it's not optional, it's optional as far as the story is concerned, but it's not optional for the S rank. what's going to happen is you're going to have two sets of Vodomjerkas and several of the dwarf geckos. Probably 10 of them actually. So when you put distance in between yourself and the Vodomjerkas, they do a rush attack where they glint red and they charge you. When they're right about to hit you, you jump and parry. Make sure you have that purchased and make sure it's not unequipped. So lock onto them, jump, parry, go for the Zandatsu. The Zandatsus are very heavily weighted on the score here. So with the next, okay, see, sometimes what I was doing, sometimes when this guy spawns, if you're back enough to far enough back into the wall, he'll go down his path away from you, and you can do a stealth kill on him, which is very handy. But he got alerted in that instance. So if you no damage this, you'll have no problem getting the S rank. But it is so easy to take a hit here. So easy. But I put myself through the hell of doing this part, because what I had shown for people of me just doing this no damage with getting lucky as hell, it was not going to help the person who was going to be struggling in the future. You know, this isn't perfect, but it shows you how to deal with these guys. Run away from them, wait for them to charge, jump, parry. Even though you might miss it, just keep hitting. Activate the Ripper mode and hit those Zandatsus. The problem with the Zandatsus is that these guys expire so quickly and they fall apart so quickly that the pink square where you stab and grab, it disappears really quickly. So let's take a look at the score when it comes up here, because it's very crucial to get combo points here and enough battle points. So right now, what you want to do is at least get a 40 to a 50 hit combo. I would go for a 50 hit combo here. So once that is in place, it won't matter that you've not taken any damage, but you will have to have hit at least 50% of the Zandatsus, possibly 75%. So I got all four, and once you get 5,000, you'll get the S rank. Now, I know that part is hard. That is probably the hardest part to learn. But I'm telling you, I went back to it and I did it on my first try. Because what I did was I did it, put it in my video, but I overwrote my data. So this is a really good place to practice on these guys here. So do the aerial parry, do the Zandatsu, line it up properly. Just be aware that the flame tanks that they have on their upper parts of their bodies, if you are cutting at them and you hit those, you will take damage and you'll get knocked back and start burning. It's pretty cruel. This is a non-ranked fight though, but I think a lot of the hell of the S rank optional fight, it just has to do with not knowing enough about the Vodomjerkas to be able to deal with them. So I really hope that you don't struggle with them, but if you're struggling with them, the only way I can bridge the gap and tell you how to do it is to get experience under your belt. Don't give up, but rather enjoy the struggle, learn from it. I mean, if you like this game enough, you will want to S rank this game. So anyway, we have a coward in the box here. We'll get him out in a second. But the other thing was, right before the dual grad boss fight on this chapter with the red grads, they give you no indication that it is in your best interests to get the box that has the 5,000 battle points in it, because if you get that, then you hardly have to worry about any of the other requirements for the dual grad boss fight. But if you don't get it, I'm telling you, I was in that position, and I quickly realized that the battle points were weighted on an item in a previous room, which you can't go back for once you spawn that fight. So what I had to do was use the armor breaker and no damage it. But as I said, I just wasn't satisfied, and I deleted the video. And now we have this video, which is far superior, and which I'm much more confident in that it will be able to help you. Now this room is pretty difficult. You've got 3 of these guys down here. Zandatsu, the first one, use the forward Y to do this, and when you collide with them, activate Ripper mode, start cutting them up. Use any other Ripper mode or parry to get this guy taken care of, and then the quicker you do this, the more time you'll have to greet the raptor who jumps out of the glass, and you want to proceed to stun him, and you'll get this if your fuel cells are at max, and then you can grab the Gecko out, slice him, and get the Zandatsu. So that, what I did right there is actually, it's not the easiest way to do that room. If you want to wait for the for one of the Mastiffs to come up to the upper second floor level, it would be in your best interest to do that. I lack the patience, however, to do that. Now what we're going to do on this is go for the I believe no damage and no kills. I don't know if I get hit. I don't get hit. If you can't do this without getting hit, I would advise that you go for the no kills. So get out your machete or get out your high frequency blade, get out whatever you want to, and sunder the legs of the cyborgs with those rocket launchers, and then you will be able to take damage on these guys and still get the S rank. So when they come chasing for you, just keep running around. I did use a stopwatch to figure out the length of time for the Psy, and it is exactly 5 seconds. So from the time you equip it to the time it can actually do a stunned charge attack, it's 5 seconds. And I rather disagree with the fact that it doesn't come charged right away, but I think what the developers were trying to avoid was people continually swapping in and out of that weapon and making use of an infinite stun. So what they did was they delayed the charge. Like right when you equip it, you have to wait 5 seconds. Okay, so this room here, I'm going to do it a little bit differently than I did before. All we need to do is steer this dwarf gecko up into here, interact with the panel, and as long as you didn't take any damage there, you'll get your S. And then this is a non-ranked fight with some cyborgs and some dwarf geckos. But I'm going to tell you now, when you get into the next room, if you don't want a whole hell of a lot of struggle, make sure you get the box with the 5,000 battle points, because there was one take in the video that I originally produced where I didn't forget that it existed, but I just neglected to pick it up, and the game penalizes you so heavily for not picking that up that it's kind of insulting to the player to just the fact that the game assumes that you would put the two together. It's just, this was a really good Zandatsu that I got right there. I like to use the blade mode to do the Zandatsus a lot of the times, just because it's more precise. But the fact that the game assumes that you will connect the fact that the battle points in a previous room are going to affect your score in an upcoming fight is just really patronizing and insulting. Because if you don't get these battle points up here, you're going to be extremely hard pressed to get the S rank. You can cut the missiles that the Grad shoots for extra BP, provided your inventory is already maxed out. But I'm telling you, I tried to do that and I could never get enough battle points. And 5,000 battle points, just bringing that into the fight is huge. So you're going to want to come over here and pick this up. I don't know why they make you do this, because if you forget or neglect to pick it up, like happened to me, it will probably happen to a lot of other people, you have to restart the entire chapter. is your entire S rank forfeited? Do you have to start the chapter? You don't have to restart the chapter because you can equip the armor breaker, but you goddamn will have to no damage the fight to make up for those battle points. So when he rams you, I frame through it with defensive offense. And since we have enough battle points, I'm not going to be going for the nano paste packs that are in this room. There's 2 of them. And what we're going to be doing is sundering the rocket off this guy so we can't spam. These guys, it's either they don't spam you or they do, and they really do it hard. So a 50 hit combo here is what you want. Parry their attacks, keep on them, use the side to stun them, and never relinquish your attacks here. Use the blade mode to your heart's content. Keep stunning them. Close in the distance with this attack right here. Just remember that you're running Ninja Slash. That can be parried right there. That foot sweep that they do. This is a hard fight, but it's only really difficult if you're trying to make up for something that you just can't get, like those battle points. So for this fight here, time really isn't going to be an issue. If you can take these guys down, oh, look at that lovely lock on. I just love when that happens. I don't think this is a horrible fight, but I think just the fact that everything is exploding in this room, and the fact that these guys are really, really fucking evasive, makes this somewhat of a less, just kind of less lessened in that respect. So get your 40 to 50 hit combo. I got almost 80, damn. And okay, so as long as you get your combo and you bring your battle points into there, the 5,000, you'll not have any issues on there. And then this is the last sequence in the chapter, but it's not ranked. So we've got our introduction right now to the heavy cyborgs, the ones that wield the large hammers, and then we have the one custom over here. And that's the end of the chapter. There really is no official boss fight, but that grad fight suffices well enough. But anyway, this has been a really difficult chapter, and it's not easy to get sidetracked. It's not easy to get overwhelmed. But with enough practice and an experience and knowledge, you will succeed. Take care.